time frame allocated for propaganda activities of the 2020 general election concludes. How was Anuruddha Sampaio arrested? Police media spokesperson explains. Information regarding a land racket of Anguloka revealed. President Trump gives China 45 days to sell TikTok to a US company.
A very good afternoon. You're watching Lunchtime News on Election First. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Yuki Poshia. Let's start off with a look at your top story for this afternoon. Now, today marks the Nikini Full Moon Poya Day, and many religious events were organized in temples across the island in line with the occasion.
As Buddhists, Nikini Full Moon Poya Day is important due to several special events. Buddhist monks commence the Vas on Nikini Full Moon Poya Day in keeping with the enactment called Santahakarana. Nikini Poya Day also celebrates the first ever Dharma Sanggayana, the first Buddhist council held under the patronage of King Ajasat in Rajagahanura, while attainment of Arahatship by the Buddha's chief attendant Ananda Mahathera and the construction of the Seruvila Mangala Chaitya commenced on the Nikini Full Moon Poya Day. Since early morning, devotees who visited the temples of the island engaged in Amisa offerings. Devotees from all over the country were present today to pay homage to the historic Sri Jayasri Mahabodhiya in Anuradhapura. Religious observances were also held at the Shakya Malakya, located opposite the head office of the Capital Maharaja Organisation Limited.
මේ පෙත්තිපිලිම වහන්සේ අභියසට ඒ කරාසේ වුණ ඔබ අප සියලු දෙනාම ඒ අනන්ත වූ බුදු ගුණ සිහිපත් කරමින් මේ සම්බුද්ධ පූජාව පූජා කරනවා පූජා වේවා කියන සිතුවිල්ලෙන් මාත් එක්කම ගාත සජ්ජායනා කරමින් වදිමු.
Meanwhile, the final Randoli Perahera of the Asala Perahera at the historic temple of the Tooth Relic in Kandy will parade the streets tonight.
The Avadana Nilame of the temple of the sacred Tooth Relic, Pradeep Nilanga Dayala, stated that according to ancient customs, the Perahera will take to the streets at auspicious times. The final Perahera of the historic Ruhunu Maha Katharagama Devalaya will also take to the streets tonight.
Moving on to some more local news, police media spokesman SSP Jalyasena Ratna stated that the former superintendent of the Negombo prison, Anuruddha Sampaio, was arrested during a joint intelligence operation.
Based on
the success of the information that has been received, the Honorable President has advised us to get assistance from Army intelligence as well as the assistance from the national state intelligence officials. Accordingly, the raid was carried out based on a combined operation that was carried out by the intelligence and investigation units. All of these suspects are prison officials. The accusation against these prison officials are providing illegal facilities to sell suspects who have been arrested for drug-related offences, also falsified documentation of these assets obtained to provide the illegal facilities, and presenting false accounts.
ලේඛනගත කිරීමට කටයුතු කිරීම ඒ වගේම ගිණුම් වැරදි ආකාරයට දැක්වීම.
Now, police inspected a few lands belonging to the organized criminal Anguloka yesterday.
The lands were identified upon information gathered after interrogating an accomplice of Anguloka, Thamula Ratchige Saman Kumara alias Sembu Samantha, who was arrested by the Mulleriava police recently. It has been confirmed that the value of land consisting of 929 purchase is more than 500 million rupees. Preliminary investigations have revealed that the land, which was taken over forcefully, has been registered under the name of Anguloka.
අරගෙන ඉවරලා ඊට පස්සේ තමුන්ගේ අතුරු ගමුනේ කවුද ගමුවේ අඟුල ලොක්කමයි ඊට පස්සේ තමුන්ගේ නමින් හැබැයි ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර් කරා අතුරු ගිරිමිනිහු තමුසේ මේකේතර කවුන්ට් වදින්තුනේ තමුසේ කිජබද්ද මේක මේක අපි හෙට දැන් ගොඩක් කාලේ ගලවන අපේ මාස්ක් එකට මට බලන්න මොන කවුද තමුසේ එන්න කිව්වේ මෙතෙන්ට අවුරුදු ගානට කලින් කවුද කියලා මෙතෙන් දැම්මේ මේක අඟුල ලොක්කගේ අඟුල ලොක්ක තමයි තමුසේලා දාලා දෙන්නේ මෙතෙන්ට හරි පරීක්ෂණ වලින් බලගමු අතනට වෙන මෙයාව දැන් තේ සංවිධානාත්මක අපරාධ කල්ලි නායකයෙක් ලෙස සලකන අඟුල ලොක්ක කියන පුද්ගලයා මුල්ලේරියා.
Organized criminal Anguloka has been clearing paddy fields and acquiring land close to 929 purchases in Mulleriava police division and had built houses which he in turn has sold. There is an arrested individual here. He revealed this information. These lands were brought under his name. He hasn't spent a cent on these. Even Anguloka hasn't spent any money on this. Land belonging to an individual from the southern province has been written to his name. Under the instructions given by the IGP and under the Money Laundering Act, the Asset Investigation Division will carry out investigations to find out the true ownership of this land and to confiscate these properties.
මුදල් විශුද්ධීකරණ පන්ති යටතේ මේ සියල්ලම රාජසන්ත කිරීම සහ එහෙම නැත්නම් මේ වගේ සැබෑ හිමිකරුවන්ට නැවත ලබා දීමට ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගන්න.
A person has been arrested in the Ahungala area with 4 grams and 130 milligrams of heroin. The police raid was carried out based on a tip-off. Police seized 4 grams and 130 milligrams of heroin in his possession, 679,600 rupees in cash and 10 uniforms similar to the army uniform. Police said the suspect was a runaway from the army. The 42-year-old suspect is a resident of the Ahungala area. According to police, he had previously been remanded in connection with drug trafficking and had been released on bail. The suspect is to be produced before the Balapitiya Magistrates Court. Based on information received by the Colombo Crimes Division, a stock of weapons hidden in the Idigahadenia Attidia was found last morning. The Colombo Crimes Division has found 4 pistols and 8 magazines in a jungle area adjacent to a canal in the Idigahadenia area in Mount Lavinia. Police stated that these items were found based on a tip-off received by the Colombo Crimes Division at around 10:30 a.m. yesterday.
Police in the Indian city of Coimbatore said Sri Lanka's underworld kingpin Anguloka, whose real name is Madhumage Chandana Lasantha Pereira, had died in July in Coimbatore.
The news article published on the Hindu quoting sources said Coimbatore City Police arrested 3 persons in connection with producing false documents to help a Sri Lankan gangster Madhumage Lasantha Chandana Pereira alias Anguloka. Adding, Anguloka died in Coimbatore and his body was cremated in Madurai early this July. The entire deception came to light after his death was reported to police to facilitate moving his body to Madurai. Investigation by the police found that a woman from Madurai and a man from Tirupur helped Anguloka and a Sri Lankan woman named Amani Thanji forged documents that helped the 2 foreigners hide in Coimbatore illegally. Investigations revealed that Anguloka stayed in India as Pradeep Singh and he managed to obtain an Aadhaar card on the same name as an Indian national. It is learned that Thanji took Anguloka to a private hospital with complaints of chest pain on the 3rd of July, where he was declared brought dead. The body was taken to Coimbatore Medical College Hospital, where it was autopsied the next day. Sundari, one of the 3 suspects arrested, approached the police on the 4th of July to complete post-mortem formalities, after which the body was taken to Madurai and cremated, according to the Hindu website. Several Sri Lankan media had reported in July that Anguloka was poisoned in India.
Meanwhile, police media spokesman SSP Jalia Senaratne stated that the law will strictly be enforced against those who engage in illegal propaganda illegally. Now, he made these remarks at a press conference held in Colombo today.
දැනට එවැනි ප්‍රචාර කටයුතු සිදු කරනවා නම්
Police mobile units have been deployed to arrest any individual who is engaging in election propaganda activities. The arrest will be made according to the election law. All police officers deployed for election duties should report to their assigned areas. Measures are taken to conduct special awareness sessions for them today. Police mobile units will be deployed today from 6 p.m. onwards.
ආරම්භ කරනවා අද පස්වරු
Carcass of a wild elephant that was discovered by wildlife officials in a reserve in Galewala, Matale.
The body of the elephant was found yesterday based on information received from the residents of the area. According to the Nugegoda wildlife, the wild elephant had been shot dead. The elephant found dead aged close to 30 years. Residents of the area point out that wild elephants in the Kahalla-Pallakali Reserve regularly visit the Kalawava. Inefficiencies of the electric fence covering the village are the main reason for the arrival of wild elephants. According to our correspondent, 5 wild elephants have lost their lives in the area during the last 2 months.
So the Lakshapan estate is where this incident happened, where this rare black leopard got caught in a snare and it died. So why we are going to Lakshapan is to understand, first of all, how it happened, and most importantly, why it happened.
Snares are now a threat for leopards that we will really need to seriously consider.
It's obviously it's a nasty death. It can be a very nasty death because it can take a long time.
So we have limited stock and we can't attend everywhere.
Now, we received a report from Polgahavela about a group of people who have been living without electricity for about 75 years.
Around 20 families in Liberivatha, Polgahavela have been severely affected by the power outage. Hired work in cutting rubber latex is the main mode of income of these residents. Residents claim that the light poles will be installed during the election and will be removed afterward.
It has been some time since we filled this form to get electricity. This person is no longer alive. It has been a year since this person died. This person has lived more than 70 years. He spent his entire life without electricity.
Have you ever wondered how to vote for a general election?
If you are a first-time voter just like us, here's a step-by-step list of guidelines you need to follow to cast your vote at the upcoming general election.
Firstly, in order to vote, you have to be registered in your area of residence. If you have already been registered, you will have received your polling card.
If you wish to check your eligibility to vote, visit elections.gov.lk and enter your national identity card number.
Secondly, to prove your identity, one of the following identification documents should be presented along with your polling card: your national identity card, a valid passport, valid driving license, identity cards issued to clergy, pensioners and elders, or temporary identity cards issued by the Elections Commission. When placing your vote, do keep in mind that you can only vote for one party or independent group. An X symbol can be placed in front of the party or independent group that you wish to vote for. However, if you do vote for more than one party or independent group, your vote will be invalid. You can place your preferential vote for a maximum of 3 candidates. Once again, the X symbol can be placed on the preferential numbers of the candidates of your choice.
However, if you wish to refrain from placing your preferential vote, you may do so by leaving the preferential number section blank. And finally, place your ballot paper in the ballot box provided at the voting booth.
Now, the upcoming general election will be held slightly differently to that of a normal general election, given the onset of COVID-19 in the country.
Therefore, the following health guidelines must be strictly adhered to when exercising your franchise.
Remember to wash or sanitize your hands before you enter the premises and before you leave the premises. Also remember to wear your face mask. However, do remove your face mask when proving your identity. For hygienic purposes, carry a blue or black ballpoint pen to the polling station.
And finally, remember to maintain social distancing.
Now do stay safe
And vote wisely. And with that, it's a wrap of Lunchtime News here on Election First. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Yuki Poshia. Take care and good day.